Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, family? Man, I normally don't do anything like this. I normally, be recording music videos of me playing, but I just wanted to kind of express myself. Something that I don't do a lot of, not like this, um, but I just wanted to express myself. Talk about, somebody that we recently lost, and that somebody is Sister Adams. We we gonna really truly miss her a lot. She was she was that person. She was that woman, that lady, that sister, mother, grandmother, auntie. She was that one that she was one of a kind. She was genuine. She was special. She was irreplaceable. She impacted a lot of people's lives. She um, touched a lot of people, and a lot of people have personal experiences about her. And whether you family or not, she touched everybody. She was that kind of person. But the way she touched my life was, I grew up in a big home with, you know, it was 12 of us. So at the time, my older siblings, they pretty much moved out, you know, and I was left there with being the oldest and having sisters, younger sisters, and a brother um, still there at the house. So, I would not having someone to hang with, not having someone that was around your age to be there. I stayed a lot to myself. I locked myself in my room, just to get away. So, that's what led to me teaching myself how to play the piano. Just wanted to get away, get some peace. So it wasn't until I met the Adams family. That's a name we used to tease them with. It wasn't until I met them that um, I had somebody to to hang with that was around my age. Um, but what made me want to be over their house as much as I was that it was quiet. It was quiet and peaceful. Now I don't know what it was like before I got there with Shell and Charlie, but by the time I got there, whatever happened, it was over. So I would like to. I just liked sitting in there and with no. It wasn't busy over there. It wasn't a lot of motion over there. So that's what made me liked going over there because I liked quiet. But anyway, she would come out of her room and see me sitting there by myself. I'm like, don't you want to go outside? No. Don't you want to go outside and play with the other kids? No, not really. Go on outside. She would make me go outside, you know, but somehow I end up back in the house because I wanted some peace and quiet. But She was the type of person where you she allowed you to hang around the house as if you was one of hers. She would allow you to be in her company as if you was one of hers. But that wasn't the only place that she displayed um, caring for other kids. We would be in church, and she would first, whenever she went to church, she clocks in. You know, she's the only one that clocks in without anybody telling her to clock in. It's time to clock in and go to work. She, one of her main jobs was being an usher. She clocked in, and with the uniform on, she went to work, and uh, really didn't have a job description, but she went to work. And one of the uh, uh, one of her responsibilities of being an usher was to the gum. Get the gum by any means necessary. Get the gum. Didn't care if you was a child. Didn't care if you was adult. She came for the gum. She would get it. However she would get it, she would get it. And you would have respect enough for her to give it to her. But she she would work from start of church to the end until it's time to go home. She would even clean. She would do it all. But one thing that stuck with me is by us being at church all day, all night. The first place we would run is outside. We would run outside at night because we were tired of being in the church all night. She would come out there, still on the clock. She would come out there and she would say two things. Does your parents know you're out here? No. Go find them. As a kid, man, you think, ah, man, she mean. She's always on us. But as I got older, I understood that she may not be your mama, but she'll care for you even though you're not her child. She'll care for you enough to tell you what's right to do. That's what I loved about her. She didn't care if we didn't like her coming out there and telling us to go into church and find our parents. She didn't care nothing about that. She didn't care you got mad. But she was caring for you. She was looking out for you. Even if your parents wasn't around, even if your parents were, she would still show that she cared as a mother. You don't find that. You don't find that a lot. But speaking of the gum, she would go to Detroit. She would go to Detroit, clock in as a usher, and take Detroit gum. She was known as the gum lady. She's taking gum. But she didn't mind. There's a lot of things that she did on her own that she didn't mind. Nobody had to tell her to do all of that. But she cared. When she passed, I'm like, nah, that was our second mother. And she proved she was our second mother. One night, we were supposed to have been at the church. My mother was in the hospital. We were supposed to have been at the church. But we stayed at school for a talent show. And some of the kids, the other kids, they were supposed to went to church. And I believe they went and they were acting up. So she made sure she told Daddy. She told Daddy. Daddy called us. It was a Saturday morning. Daddy called us all in the room and said, which one of y'all is first? He had a belt and this and that. So he said, which one of y'all's first? And nobody wanted to go first to get a whooping. because he was crying. So that means it's about to go down. So I'm like, man, how did he find out that we wasn't at church? Sister Adams told him. I'm like, man. And one of the things that he said was, he said, I will kill y'all before I let y'all kill your mama. And I'm like, man, we about to die. All because the Sister Adam told on us. I'm like, man, he talking about killing us. I said, she don't understand that he was serious. So we almost got killed because of her being a mother. But later on, I understood. I understood. But we gonna miss her. We miss her now. I still miss my mother. We're gonna have times where it's gonna hit us without warning. It's gonna hit us because, like I said, she played a part in everybody's life. Whether you have a good memory or a bad memory, you still have a memory of her. At least that. But it just still seems unreal. We know that, she don't have to suffer no more. We understand that. But it's the fact that she's not here. She's not, we don't have access to her to go see her, or to talk to her, or to do something for her. We don't have access to that no more. But seeing how everybody has a personal relationship and a personal memory of her, that's the thing we got left to hold on to. I heard the, I heard the boys, the grandkids, talking about she loved westerns. So, I mean, I'm like, shit, Charlie, Drake, Andre, and Adonis. Hey, whenever y'all think about it, y'all gonna have to get them cowboy boots and start watching them westerns. Aja, Drea, Diamond. Yeah, she did the fishes thing before y'all was even born. I remember that, and I'm older than y'all, and hey, it was way back then. She didn't just start it. It the saga continues with y'all. So I hope that the family, finds some healing, but that's only gonna come through everybody still sticking together and talking. You know, sometimes when somebody pass, everybody scatter and go their separate ways, and don't ever come back together to talk about memories of her. That helps. It helps me. But I just wanted to do this. I know I didn't have to. I know at the funeral, I really didn't want to take a lot of time away from, the family members who wanted to have something to say. So I held on to it. But it's going to be a reunion again. You know, she's in a better place. She's okay now. She's not on the machine. She's not struggling with medication. She's okay. But the ones that are still here, we have to make sure that we stay in touch with each other, that we continue to check on each other. I'm trying, you know, but I miss her too. I miss her too. her and my dad's her and my dad's birthday is on the same date. They got the same birth date. You know, the last thing I remember is when I went to her birthday party and I danced with her, not knowing that that was going to be the last dance. And she said something to me while I was dancing. You dance just like your daddy. I said, "Uh oh, time to stop. I don't want to. I don't want to dance like my daddy. No, 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 no." But it's all good. I can say I have that memory of her, and I'll hold on to it. And you do the same.